So, back from the VGC guide, and this time we are looking at Hisui and Goodra. This is going to be one of the best Iron Defense body press Pokemon we've ever had, and it doesn't even get Iron Defense. And it's got two alternatives. It's got Acid Armor and Shelter. It really doesn't matter which one. Like, there is almost no identifiable difference. It would be the PP difference, so maybe you want to break Encore and don't PP up your Shelter. It's going to be the move animation time as well, so do you want to be taking the longer animation? I don't know which is actually longer, but do you want to take the longer animation so you can try and stall out for time? Like, that's it. Doesn't matter. Like, literally, just choose Acid Armor or Shelter. Choose your favorite animation. Doesn't matter. But yeah, Body Press, we've seen it being used with Iron Defense, pretty much exclusively Iron Defense otherwise. Boost your defenses, make yourself unkillable while still doing very respectable damage with the Body Presses too. You want Heavy Slam as your coverage, for sure, because you don't hit Ghost types with your Body Press. The main Ghost type is Flutter Mane, therefore Heavy Slam Oko's it. Even though your special attack is slightly higher, Flash Cannon would be nice. But Heavy Slam is just no-ko on Flutter Mane. So that's going to be a really nice way of just dealing with it. Enemy Pokemon like Golden Go that you're completely walled by, but it's fine. Like, you're not taking much damage from Golden Go's either, and you should just have partners that beat them otherwise. Your defenses are sky high. Like, 150 base special defense, kept that over from the regular Goodra, going to be able to shrug off all the special attacking moves. You don't need to invest in it at all. Just go pure defense, because you're boosting up your survivability on the physical side, which is your lower stat, and also increasing the damage from your body press. So it is worth just going as defensive as you can. It is basically going to be a speed creep war. So you can just decrease your defense slightly. This is literally just dump defense. And how much of the speed creep war do you play? Is there a speed stat you need to hit with your Goodra to be able to outspeed something? Like, for example, do you need to outspeed the Genies in Tailwind? Need one more. That one. So do you need to outspeed the Genies in Tailwind? Just go with that. Like, literally just play the speed creep war and dump into defense. That's all you need to do. Life Dew or Protect is going to be a big debate, because Life Dew is going to be able to give you some extra recovery, and also your partner's recovery. Like, we're already seeing how good Lunar Blessing is being on Cresselia. This does the same thing without the status, but also going to be able to recover quite nicely. So, do you go Life Dew or Protect? Because you probably do want leftovers. That is almost certainly the best item Goodra can have, because you're going to get some passive recovery as well and make yourself even more unkillable. So, Life Dew or Protect, do you go for Protect just to sort out some leftovers, or do you just go for the consistent recovery with Life Dew without the need for Protect? The ability is also going to be a big one. All three of them are very good. Like, Sap Slipper making you immune to going for Spore. You don't really need it for, like, the damaging grass type attacks, but being immune to Spore is very nice. Being immune to critical hits is very nice on a Pokemon that wants to boost up its defenses to become unkillable, and one of the ways you can break through that is with the critical hit. Gooey is also lovely. Like, speed drops for free is also really good. If you catch a Surging Strikes with an from an Urshifu, suddenly they're -3 speed, so the Choice Scarf on the Urshifu is going to become completely useless. So all three of them are very, very justifiable. I would argue that for the Body Press Shelter/Acid Armor set, Shell Armor is going to be your most consistent option. Because like I said, one of the ways to break through the defense boosting is to get that crit. So sometimes you will lose the game to that unfortunate critical hit. Because it's going to be a little bit of a slower win, you're going to give your opponents more opportunities to get that critical hit. So therefore Shell Armor is going to be a very, very consistent way of just stopping a win condition. So it would have been a way out for your opponents. If you take that away with Shell Armor, they may not be able to win at all against Goodra. So Shell Armor probably my recommendation for this one, but all three are justifiable, for sure. The Assault Vest is also another good way to go on Goodra. We saw that on, like, regular Goodra. The Assault Vest was, like, compounding so much with its high special defense that it's just not killable on the special side. You'll have to take care of it with physical attacks. So then you just get to go offensive. Like, 110 base special attack, that's entirely respectable. Like, you're going to be able to do some pretty good damage. You get Draco as well, so you're going to be able to have one of your strongest attacks. That's good damage. Like, that's very good damage. And you get fantastic coverage. Like, Goodra has all the coverage it needs. It basically just gets to pick whatever you want. The same happened with this spread as this one. Basically, just play the speed creep war. Do you need to go a little bit faster? Drop your special attack a little bit. I've just put it up to the bump for now, so that you get the 2-for-1, and then just basically just hit the speed stat that outspeeds base 100s if you're in Tailwind. Doesn't really matter. Play the speed creep war. The bulk doesn't really matter too much. Just dump your special attack after you've got the speed stat you want. And again, choose your ability. Shell Armor, I don't think is necessary on the Assault Vest one. It should be Sap Sipper or Gooey on the Assault Vest version, because a critical hit won't be as crippling to the Assault Vest version as it is to the boosting defense version. So Gooey would probably be my preferred one. Because immunity to Spore is very nice, but Gooey will come into play a lot more than Sapsipper will. Although when Sapsipper comes into play to stop a Spore, that is way more impactful than Gooey is. But both are very good abilities too. The Terra typing, I should mention here, on the defense boosting one, Fairy is very good, because one of the ways of breaking through that would be Sacred Sword from Chien-Pao. Having a typing that is resisting Sacred Sword would make that no longer an option to be able to beat the body press Goodra. So Fairy is probably the way to go when it comes for that. Otherwise, the water is a good overall defensive typing for the Assault Vest one, but there's obviously other good ones as well. You could go for one of your stabs, like you could turn into an electric type and get stabbed on your Thunderbolt, or fire and get stabbed on your Flamethrower. Defensively, you'd still be weak to ground with both of those, but they would be good offensively. Water is still pretty good as well. There's lots of other moves. Like I said, Goodra has very, very good coverage. These are other moves that you can use. This isn't a recommended move set, but this is other moves that can just slot perfectly onto the Assault Vest one. Like, literally just choose 4 out of all the ones I'm recommending. Dragon Pulse is if you are a coward. Because I'm a coward. I've missed Draco Meteor so much over this generation. I don't know what it is about Draco Meteor, but Dragon Pulse is a consistent option. It's 100% accurate, but noticeably weaker. Doesn't come with the drawback of the special defense drop, but 2 Draco Meteors, one full power and then 1 -2 is still stronger than two Dragon Pulses. So Dragon Pulse is mainly there just for the consistency. Steel Beam is the strongest attack you can go for. It's a little bit quite anti-synergistic with the fact that you want to be super bulky and not be KO'd, in the fact that you sacrifice half your HP, but this could be the only attack that picks up a KO, even stronger than Draco Meteor, that otherwise you wouldn't be able to get. So that could be a game-winning KO you could steal with Steel Beam. Pun unintended, but yeah, it's a little bit awkward with the Assault Vest, going a little bit against what Goodra would want us to be going for, but worth an honourable mention. Ice Beam is good coverage. If you have Thunderbolt and Ice Beam as your coverage, you've got Bolt Beam coverage, you're basically sorted. Feint is a very good attack to have on the Assault Vest Goodra as well, because there's definitely space for it, and just being able to nullify the Focus Ashes, nullify the Protects, that's going to be very good as well. Going to be able to allow Goodra to technically support, while also being able to do some very good damage too. Here are some other ones as well. Hydro Pump, Muddy Water, both are going to be very reasonable for when you are Terra Watering as well, because then you'll get Stab on top of that. Terra Blast for whatever. Like, literally just choose whatever typing you need for your team. You can probably get away with it with Goodra because it's going to be so bulky. So just go for Terra Blast, whatever coverage you need. Even if you are the special attacking version, you can still very justifiably run Heavy Slam just for the Oko and Flutter Mane. Because like I mentioned, Flash Cannon is not strong enough to Oko Flutter Mane. Steel Beam probably is, but then you sacrifice half your HP. Heavy Slam would just be a way of just Okoing Flutter Mane, and then you get the special coverage otherwise. I would recommend going special on the Goodra on the Assault Vest rather than physical, because the attack is 10 base power lower than special attack. You can also be intimidated and all that, so I would recommend just going with the special attacking set. So it's basically one of these two that you'll see. You'll see the boosting defense one much more commonly. I think that's going to be the most common version, but Assault Vest is going to be very good as well. I haven't seen it too much. It should pick up because it is very, very difficult to KO. So is this one. But on the special side, this one becomes near unkillable with the Assault Vest. So you get to have fantastic coverage. You get to go for your boosting up on your defenses to become unkillable on the physical side. Very flexible. Like, this is a very flexible Pokemon. Great typing, great moves they can go for. Overall, a very, very solid Pokemon.